For all of my spiritual business owners, those who are interested in being spiritual business owners, listen up, because this message is for you. Building a spiritual business takes more than just having spiritual gifts. That's only part of it, okay? It takes structure. It takes integrity. It takes, the ability to hold both the spiritual and the practical, okay, at the same time. And here's the real blueprint. I'm about to give it to you, baby. No class. One, the first step is having a clear calling, a clear offering, okay? Your intuition might be the foundation, but clarity is what brings the clients. I'm trying to tell you. So, you guys, there is a couple things that you need to know in order to get this spiritual business going. You need to know who you're here to help. You need to know, what transformation you're trying to provide, how your services are different than other people's services. What sets you apart from the next tarot reader or the next candle lighter or the next, practitioner? What sets you apart? People don't just invest in products and readings and rituals, okay? They invest in the outcome and the energy that you hold. 2, you're going to need trust and reputation, baby. Okay. That's your real currency right there. In the spiritual business, your work is your brand. Okay. Your work, how you perform, is your brand. In spiritual work, your name is your brand. Consistency, boundaries, honesty, and understanding builds trust faster than anything in the spiritual business. So what this means is, not overpromising outcomes to people, being ethical when it comes to your client's vulnerability, letting your results and testimonies speak. Testimonies is very important in the spiritual business because your long-term credibility is going to come, your long-term success is going to come from credibility, right? And, not hype, not people hyping you up, but your actual credibility. Next, number 3 is your energetic hygiene. That's very important, baby. Listen here. You absolutely cannot pour into other clients if your energy is not together. If you yourself are not together, you cannot help other people. If your energy is depleted, if your energy is cluttered, you have to stay on top of your energetic hygiene. Point blank, period. And what this looks like is regular cleansing and protection, emotional boundaries, setting emotional boundaries with your clients, time to recharge and time to receive. Hear me now. Number 4 is your business structure, babe. The part that many people skip. We're not going to skip this step. It's number 4, but it's important. Your spiritual gifts need real systems to grow. You need clear policies and I'm sorry, y'all. You need clear policies and you need clear pricing. That's Effendi. Scheduling and time management is a must. Financial tracking is a must. And don't forget about your legal and tax compliance, because even though you are working in the spiritual realm, the people on the physical realm still want their money, and they just do. The 5th thing, you also must have an authentic presence. Your presence have to be authentic. You got to be real. You got to be raw. Don't fade the funk. Remember, people are drawn to your realness and not your perfection. Your story, your voice, that's what's going to create the connection between you and your clients. When you show up as your authentic self, you're going to attract the clients that's in alignment for you. Remember, in the spiritual business, you want to attract clients, not have to chase them. Early on, I learned in my journey about discounting. Also, limit the discounts. Limit the discounts. Don't discount your work and don't discount your services. My last tip for you guys is going to be patience and longevity in this business. In order to, be successful, you have to have a longevity mindset. This can't be like a fly-by-night hustle. Spiritual practices are not a hustle. I repeat, you have to be married to it because it's not a hustle. Because, spiritual businesses often grow in waves and not like straight lines. You can't really beeline it to success in a spiritual business. Success comes from staying consistent, even when things are quiet, even when you don't have any clients, even if, you haven't did 10 readings a day. Staying consistent is key. Also, you have to see this as a calling. Spiritual practices are not supposed to just be a quick come up. We don't do this for the money. We do this for the spirituality of it all, the healing of it all, the teaching of it all, the growing of it all, the evolving of it all. It's not about the money. If you're trying to get into spirituality for money, that's where you're going to fail first, okay? Because there are going to be highs and lows. People's spiritual journey, people are on and off, especially if there's other things in the way, bills, finances, things. They're going to put spirituality on the back burner. You're going to come last to someone who has a lot of rent to pay, a lot of bills, a lot of responsibility. So you have to set yourself apart. So the formula in simple terms, is gift, integrity, structure, and consistency. Okay, that is sustainable success. If you guys need help, you want to know how to get started with your spiritual practice, you need help with spiritual vendors, comment down below, let me know, and I'll help you out. I also offer spiritual classes. I also have tools, and I also have a website for wholesale products as well. I am your metaphysical plug. If you have issues finding your own vendors, just let me know, and make sure you like, share, subscribe, and follow so you can stay up on game when it comes to spiritual news that you can use.